So today I want to go over some fundamentals and basics. As a photographer, you should already know most of these things, but I really do believe these things will help you be more efficient and confident. Let's get into it. Once you understand how to use your gear, the rest is art. See, confidence comes from within. So when you understand how to utilize your surroundings and your environment, that's what will set you apart. There are different approaches to shooting. For me, I love looking at the outfits right away. Why? Because it sets up the tone. Like, she's wearing a red jacket, I instantly saw the location. It's a green bar, and then it's got a lot of gray behind her as well. So this outfit actually works perfectly. So if I was wearing green, I probably wouldn't put her there. So let's see how these go. See, and this is exactly why you need to start wide and then work your way in. I got my frame, I got my color, I got my light, and now it's time to do close-ups. Let's try that over there. Okay, go stand in that corner. That's good, yeah. Turn for me a little bit this way. Yeah, all right, ready? Woo, look at her go.
Ah, beautiful.
So, if you didn't notice, I was pretty slick back there. By the time that I got Candace in the corner and she was ready to be shot, my settings are ready. So that's where you should be. Don't waste time in between. When you're walking up to something, quickly get your settings ready right here, look at your preview, and move on. Simple as that. Right, Candace?
Nobody puts Candace in a corner.
Just me, sometimes. All right, next location. Composition is key. So remember these simple terms. Random compositions equal inconsistent results. Intentional compositions equal consistent results. There is no right or wrong way of framing because it all depends on what you're shooting and within what context. Yes, there are definitely proven angles and techniques, but I say experiment and try a little bit of everything because you need to know why certain compositions work for you and why others don't. So here are two examples. One is going to be a hero shot and the other will be just below eye level. And I want you guys to see for yourselves the difference. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is demonstrate a hero shot. It's very simple. You gotta squat as low as humanly possible. What you're trying to do is to position your subject in a way that really makes them pop and stand out, and they look a lot taller, which is a neat little trick, by the way. So hero shot from down here looks like this. Now, if I come just below eye level, you got this result here. It's as simple as that, because when you wanna paint a picture a certain way, you gotta know why you're using the angles that you're using and the compositions. Because again, like I said, once you see those low angles, you know exactly what you're getting out of it, and you don't use that all the time. But for me personally, just below eye level is the perfect framing. And then if you wanna get those senior photos, just go a little bit higher, and then you start knocking out the senior shoot. And there it is, simple as that. Tips are crucial for a photographer to excel in their work. I know that that is how I grew, and I grew fast. So I got one more tip for you, but it's in the editing base. So actually, let's just do it right here. Woo! Now that we're back in the studio, let's remember something simple. You gotta edit while it's hot. Look, when you throw your photos in a folder and you make your selects and you're doing it right after you just did the shoot, it really helps solidify a few ideas. So here are my 4 export tips to success. Ready? Number 1, look back at your photos. I put this here very intentionally because if you can look back and analyze what you did, you're gonna be winning really fast. You're gonna learn the lessons that you need to, and you're gonna be able to be ahead of the game, in my opinion. Why? Because you're taking the time to solidify, to soak in and remember what worked, what didn't, and that's important. Number 2 is to make selects. This step is really crucial in my opinion because for me, if I go out and photo shoot, I usually end up with 2,000 to 3,000 photos. So if I'm trying to narrow down to my golden number, which is 30 to 50 photos, it takes a little bit of a filtering out, if you know what I mean. So if you can write down the lessons that you learned, here's why I like this shot, here's why I didn't. It's really gonna make you a better photographer and you're gonna stop wasting time on set and on location, and you get to be a little bit more intentional with your shots moving forward. And number 3, get inspiration. Kind of like that. Kind of cool, isn't it? What I mean by getting inspiration is to truly find something that you're fascinated by, because you want to challenge yourself as a photographer as much as possible, especially in an editing bay. So when you get into the editing bay, make sure that you have something around you, something on your phone, something again that you could look at as reference, and it's going to help you through the process a little bit more. And number 4, we are going to edit. For me, I love this image because we got a little bit of that Chinatown feel. That's where we went to shoot this photo. She's wearing a red, it pops really nicely. I'm about it. So we're gonna hop on over to one of these filter pack collections I got open here. Every time I do a different shoot, I just kind of build different little packs, whether it's 5 or 10 different filters. And I always try to throw in a black and white in there just as a part of the collection, just to have it. In this situation, I kind of like this one right here, so we're gonna go with the number 2. I'm gonna bring that brightness down a little. Contrast, we could probably bring that back. I'm gonna shape this up a little better. Bring a little bit of the blacks back. I either need to balance out my vibrance and saturation together. And if I wanted to take it a step further, very simple tip. What I do is I create a virtual copy, and then in this one, I'm gonna adjust my height and framing and composition, and I'm gonna dive in even further. So see this? Now we just got a way close-up shot. And that's it. It was as simple as that. Look, I hope you guys learned today, at least a little bit, because there's a lot of nuggets of wisdom that we dropped in here, but your goal is to be confident, know your gear, so you can be good at what you do and have a lot of fun. And then when you're editing, come home, especially if you're an early photographer and you're figuring out what you're doing, solidify your information. Know what you're talking about, because when you look at what you did, and you can match it up with the good results and the bad results and know how and why you got there or you didn't get to the desired outcome, you're gonna be a lot better at what you do. That being said, I'm gonna see you guys next week. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe because this community is gonna be growing. I want you guys to be efficient, productive, and creatively stimulated. So, see you guys next time. Bye. Magic, you wanna see a little magic? Look at this. Goodbye.